When traveling to the north of Kenya, a must on any checklist is an expert driver. The trip from Nairobi to Marsabit, one of the last towns before the Ethiopian border, takes just over 10 hours. The highway passes through central Kenya with its small towns and green pastures. Further north, the terrain is more rugged, but it's evident that this area has been marginalized by past governments. Northern Kenya is populated by 14 different ethnic groups, many of whom are nomadic pastoralists. It's hard to believe that these beautiful landscapes are also stained by the blood of tribal violence, notably between the Borana and Rendile peoples. There are age-old conflicts over the ever-scarcer resources of water and pasture.
There were so many divisions between us. Because of the scarcity of resources, each group had to find grass and water, and so there was always fighting between us.
There was a crisis. The Borana people were dying, the Rendile people were dying. There was war everywhere, and we were very afraid.
Elizabeth Kanini has a master's degree in peace studies. She is a grassroots peace builder and lives in Ongata Rongai, just outside of Nairobi.
Teaching the children is where I learned that this conflict has been handed from generation to generation because the children, whenever I gave them to draw, they drew pictures of conflict, people killing each other. The enmity and the hatred was so deep. They could plant vegetables, but they could not sell to each other. Some could have a lot of milk, but they could not share with the enemy. So I decided to go and focus on this particular conflict because it was bringing out the development activities to a standstill. And that is where I met Johnston Duba.
Hello everyone, my name is Johnston. I take this opportunity to welcome you to Marsabit.
Johnston is 22 years old and comes from the village of Badasa near Marsabit. He's a member of the Borana people. Johnston, or Duba as many call him, is the firstborn of a large family, and his presence is like a magnet for everybody, especially his younger siblings.
They are pulling me apart.
The Borana rely heavily on goats and cattle as their main source of sustenance. The lack of electricity and running water in many homes make daily life itself here a full-time job.
Tribalism and the lack of peace has always pained me. I want everyone to be united and that we live as a family. I saw that each person has something to do in the community, young people, adults, everyone. I too have taken this opportunity as much as I can, and I decided to commit myself to spreading peace between our communities where people often kill each other.
Johnston began to volunteer at a school across the valley. The school belonged to the opposing tribe, the Rendile.
We were worried. We thought he would be killed and would not come back home.
He was among the first people to be accepted by the Rendiles. And because of his behavior, his openness, the people accepted him as not as a Borana, but as their son.
The work here involves our fathers, our elders, our village chief, and the young people.
Elders, they do not listen to women and they do not listen to young people. What enabled Dub to be able to talk to the elders is first his own behavior. the respect he has given to the elders. His many sacrifices he has done, the way he inserted himself among the people, meant him being accepted. And that when you are accepted, people listen.
Our problems are now almost over. Nobody steals other people's cattle now. We do not kill each other anymore. We have decided to live as brothers and sisters, as a community, as people who understand one another, and we have set aside all those other things.
To bring the youth together, Johnston used a special weapon: soccer.
Here we have youths gathered from all corners of this community. These communities used to fight, but youths, we are gathered here today to express our unity so that we build up peace, the change we want in our society.
This soccer project, organized for both communities, is a good thing. I think it will help.
Those small kids who are around are all enjoying with us, and they are now upcoming to be the builders of this area.
So I urge all the youth in this area to embrace peace, as peace is the tool for prosperity and development.
Now peace is prevailing. People are united and we have a shared market where the Rendile come and sell their milk, and in return they buy khat from us. They sell kale to us and buy other things from us. We spend the day together. Our market is one. We live peacefully and our herds graze together.
Peace building is a call because it requires a lot of sacrifice, a lot of dedication. The Rendile and Borana, the young people, the women and the elders will be agents of peace not only in their community but in other communities which are in violence.
The rain is back, and we are living well. God has heard our prayers too. The rain that we didn't have before, the food we were short of before, now there is plenty, and we live as one single community.